Yo, YouTube baby, how we doing? Back again with another video. So today we're gonna do somewhat of like a reaction slash outnumbered, outplayed type video. If I can kind of do them together, that's what I kind of been doing. But today we're gonna be looking at Uriece. He is a young professional player for Apex. I love watching him. He's very, very good, very, very talented. And a couple things that we're going to kind of take a look at, wrote them down on the notepad. Three things we're going to look at: adaptability, crosshair placement slash recoil control. Those two things in my opinion go together. And lastly, but definitely not least, when it comes to a shooter game or anything like that in particular, confidence. So keep those three things in mind. I'll stop maybe in between and just kind of point those things out when I see them, but keep those three things in mind as we watch this video and kind of break some things down. So guys, like the video, comment, let me know if you guys keep liking this kind of stuff, because I want to keep doing it. I kind of want to make this channel not so much about myself. I really want to be able to help you guys out. You know, I want to be able to like show you, okay, like this is what I see when I watch a player play, and that's how I became better. And I kind of want to give that insight to you guys, because I think a lot of people, when they watch videos and watch players play, they're just watching just to watch. They're not watching and understanding that this is what you look for when you watch this player so you can get better. So hopefully through this, you know, as I get better and we start growing more, I can help you guys kind of see what you look at to get better when you're watching these players. So let's just dive straight into it, man.
I suck at jumping.
All right, so you already know what kind of game this is going to be. Off the rip, he's in fragmented. He's got an RE45 and this guy, he can't hit a shot. All right, he's got an R9 now. Title of the video: how to control R9 recoil. So we already know what we're gonna expect to see.
Addison Belair. Huh?
One thing too, guys,
Oh, long name.
that a lot of players don't really think about, but take your time. Like when you're in these like high pressure cities,
Yeah, we tried.
high pressure situations, just take your time. No need to speed up because you think that you have to be just as fast as the action around you. Just take your time. Usually the guys who take their time when they play, they're the most successful. All right, so look, I want to break down those things I was talking about, right? So the thing that separates good players from, say, maybe pro players at least, or even just good top tier players, is knowing when you aim, knowing your crosshair placement, and also obviously recoil control, right? Those two things are what separates a lot of players, right? Now, like I said, I want you to look at this, right? So as soon as he comes in, like immediately, as soon as he comes in, watch this. Immediately, it's on target. He's not too far to the left, he's not too far to the right, and he has to adjust. It's immediately on target. Gets this guy. You see it? Recoil control, he's tracking, crosshair placement, on point. Second guy comes through. As soon as he ADSs, it's immediately on target. He doesn't have to do much because it's not on. If it's not on target, he doesn't have to do much to adjust, right? These are the kind of things that like a good players look at, right? That's what separates a lot of players, is the recoil control, but also your crosshair placement. Because say you only got 15 bullets in the clip, if you're not really necessarily on target immediately, you maybe waste 5 of those bullets and you got 10, but you needed all 15 to kill this guy. You know what I'm saying? Just efficient. All right, so he realizes like, okay, it's starting to get a little hot. Normally in this situation, in this building, once it starts to get really, really hot, you want to take height because let everybody kind of work themselves down low and have to take the zips. That way you know exactly where they are, right? So as long as you have height, you can really control this building perfectly.
Good shots, baby.
And you see what he's already doing, which is he's already trying to work himself up top. Now notice as well, he got that guy weak. Normally, most guys, they full send that. But he understands that like there's no point in me jumping out in the open where there's a bunch of teams around and I might put myself in a bad position. Instead, it's safe to just stay in this building and work it. Same thing. Crosshair placement, guys. It sounds so...
Shots!
It sounds...
What is
I don't know how to
happening,
explain it. It
chat?
sounds very...
Yes,
trivial, right? It sounds very not that important, but I promise you, you take your game to another level, work on being able to hit your target immediately. And if you're not sure if you are, just go back and maybe record yourself and then like go back and watch, you know? Right now he's got 5 kills, so he's just trying to make sure he's good. So he's got Eva R9, which is like, you know, these past, what, 2 seasons, 3 seasons has been like the ideal loadout, really. Immediate, pushes Gibby bubble, gets Gibby down.
So gacky. This guy really dropped his
So this what's about to start happening is my other point, which is adaptability right here, right? Something that Euriece does very well if you watch him when he streams or when he's just making like content like this. His ability to adapt in a situation is really, I think, one of the things that sets him apart. I mean, you'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean.
Sweet, we're already inside the next ring. Reloading. Some help me smoking my crosshairs.
Recharging my shields. That was the last one. Nice work.
So they're resing his teammate. He's just like I said, he's just looking, right? He's just kind of like searching for people. He's just searching for kills.
Big spade, dude.
This is what you're gonna notice, right? His ability to adapt to a situation.
Sabaho.
Gets one down. Now watch this.
Coming in. Enemy down.
He sees 2. Pathfinder pushes him immediately, gets punished. Jumps off, tap strafes back towards cover. Fakes the Wraith out, right? Like look at this. Fakes the Wraith out with this move. I mean, this is just beautiful play. I mean, look at that. You see what I'm saying? Like, his ability to just adapt to a situation.
Recharging my shields.
I'm here. So let's get you a duel.
Is really, I think, what sets him apart as well. Like, his aims is great, but with that, being able to just adapt to the different situations that come into play immediately, you know? And this is where his confidence comes into play. Immediate push this guy, right? Go straight for this guy. But doesn't go for a thirst. Immediately goes to this cover just because he knows that there's somebody else up top, right? Doesn't go for a thirst in the open. Like those little things, right? Like crosshair placement. Not thirsting as much as you know, say maybe you're thirsting a lot. Cut back on how much you're thirsting, especially in bad situations where you're in open cover. Cutting back on like 2 of those things, right? Cut back on thirsting and maybe working on crosshair placement. Your game starts to elevate because you start to become aware of the things that you don't do well. The more you do it, you won't think about it. Get what I'm saying?
Need to recharge my shield. That was the last one. Nice work.
So right now, this part of the video is when he, in my opinion, he locks in. Like he fully locks in. You'll notice that he starts to get into like a very like flow state, and he's just like super just focused, laser focused. So this is when, like I said, the Euriece that we all know comes out. Right now he has 14 kills.
Recharging my shields.
And look at his face. He's in that state of just constant like flow. Perfect tracking. Like I said, the crosshair placement, right? Immediate crosshair placement. Like I said, watch this kind of stuff, guys, when you're watching these guys play. If you're not one that can easily like put your crosshair directly on somebody, definitely something that I would work on. And he's very lucky that he has a caustic on his team. He's very lucky he has a caustic on his team to be able to retreat and go back, because that team would have pushed, but crosshair placement, guys. Crosshair placement. He didn't have to adjust at all much. It's just an immediate crosshair placement was on time, on target. Boom, dead.
Reloading. EMP incoming.
Opening fire.
Like, see, right now he's just in a zone. He's in a zone.
Reloading.
That guy gets him super weak, so he pushes, right? But he doesn't know he has a shield swap right by him.
Reloading.
It's just beautiful play.
We made the right choices.
Beautiful play.
They never saw it coming.
Follow the tunnel. I set the portal. Need to recharge my shields.
No.
It happens. It happens. Just an accidental portal take.
This guy with his rampage, man.
Alright, so like I said, this is where the confidence comes into play. He's feeling a little bit tested, right? He's like, okay, this guy thinks he's the shit. Alright, this is where I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna show you. Immediate, just destroyed. And this guy's just spraying with his rampage.
Another enemy. Recharging.
Annoying bastard. Jinko battery.
That's just when, you know, your ego gets a little bit tested and you're like, all right, this guy thinks he's the guy. Okay, I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna show him he's not. I mean, now he's just cleaning up. Now he's just cleaning up.
Opening fire.
You're being aimed at.
Right now he has 21 kills. He has 3k damage. And it's been with the R9 301. So, and all of his damage has pretty much been up close fights, which is very impressive. Normally a lot of guys do a lot of damage from far range. When like in a lot of their videos, it's a lot of like damage with like a 301 or like I said, like a sniper rifle, but or even off of a lot of reses. But like he was able to do this off of purely pushing teams. Like I said, very impressive.
Got one. Enemy down. Reload.
This teammate already has one down.
Recharging shield.
That guy strafe was like giving him a little bit of a problem. The guy would have had him if he could have hit his shots, but that was a nice wall jump. Closes the door. Surprise. And then boom. Just a full one clip while sliding.
Enemy taken
Okay, so just in that last part, all right, he notices there's a guy shooting from right here, so he knows there's a guy to the right. I don't think he knows how weak he is, but he knows there's a guy to the right. Wall jumps, sees this guy right here, so he knows there's a guy here. Does damage to that guy, and immediately turns to look to see if there's a guy right here, right? He does enough damage to the Valkyrie. So just in case this guy never peeks, and say the Valkyrie turns to shoot at him more, it's okay because he did enough damage to her to where if he could instantly target switch, go back to her and kill her. Boom. If he doesn't hit this shot, it puts him in a bad situation. But he does. Target placement. Recoil control, target placement, guys. Target placement, target placement. I think he finishes the game with like... Finishes the game with what? 25 kills, 24 knocks, like 1 assist, right? 4K damage. So like I said, honestly, confidence. I didn't put this in any order, but confidence. I'd have the confidence to be able to like take those shots, take those fights as well. But the fact that he was so efficient was because of his crosshair placement and his recoil control, right? But like I said, his adaptability, as different things would play out, he was able to like immediately recognize, like, okay, let me do this instead. Let me play this way instead. Let me shoot this guy instead of this guy because of these type of things that all go in his head in seconds. They just go through in his head in milliseconds. So as you see it play out, it looks so fluid and so smooth. But like I said, if he didn't have the confidence to put himself in a lot of these situations, all these other things really don't matter, you know? So take these things, guys, into your gameplay, man. Like I said, hopefully we can keep pumping these kind of videos out because I want to kind of help you guys be able to look at certain things that you can take into your game and implement pretty much immediately, man. So if you like this kind of stuff, man, leave a like on the video, comment on it, man. Prodigy is out.